So, ladies and gentlemen, I suppose it's time to continue and move forward with the third session, promoting physical activity and people's engagement. Please welcome our panelists, Zanda Abzalona, Sigulda Municipality Sports Department Head, Andris Bērziņš, Latvian Grassroots Sports Association Chairman of the Board, Natalia Gorshkova, Jelgava 4th Secondary School Sports Teacher, the Sports Teacher of the Year 2015, Jānis Naglis, the President of the Latvian Motor Federation, the member of the board of the Latvian Grassroots Sports Association, and Petra Vozobulova from the Czech Handball Federation, Youth Development Manager from Czech Republic. So please come to the panel, and we'll start with Zanda's intervention. Hello, dear ladies and gentlemen. Very happy to have been invited to this conference because we've heard a lot of nice ideas and a lot of inspiring initiatives. And let me share our experience of a little city, little town. We've heard the case studies from the bigger towns, but the small cities are also very closely engaged in grassroots sports. I'm Zanda Abzalona. I'm the head of the Sigulda Municipality Sports Department, and I am among those 8,000 mentioned by Viesturs who is doing orienteering on regular basis, running through the woods and looking for control points and checkpoints and so on and so forth. Now, what concerns promotion of physical activity and civic engagement, let me start by mentioning some of the most important factors that enable, in fact, the development of the grassroots sports at the municipal level. Of course, one of such factors is the environment, and I would like to specifically emphasize environment, not the infrastructure, because environment is all about the sort of combines different elements. Nature, in Sigulda we have wonderful nature for sports activities. We have the infrastructure, various sports facilities, and then we are building some new facilities in Sigulda to improve our infrastructure. Small, pitches, stadiums are also being developed, and that's our way of promoting sports activities, or some may not decide to be physically active, and thanks to our environmental natural resources we have plenty to offer in terms of choice of sporting activities. I wanted to also underline that sports stadiums that are being built by the schools are available for use after the sort of working hours. Of course, we are responsible for maintenance, and there are all sorts of problems if they are freely accessible. They need more maintenance. But on the other hand, it enables people to run a couple of laps after the work just to sort of release the pressures and get rid of the stress. And people is a very important factor. A number of speakers before me already mentioned that people, in fact, are the main sort of pulling force or pull factor that sort of people encourage each other to get active and get engaged in sports. And those people, of course, unite in different organizations or under different organizations, form different bodies and actively engage in sports together in group sports. And nowadays with social networks it's very easy to spread the information and just to invite everyone to join them for jogging or walking and so on and so forth. In Sigulda we also have these kinds. And we have these kinds of groups in our municipality that are quite active, not many, but very active in Sigulda. And then there are events, another factor that drives the development of grassroots sports at the municipal level. Various events contribute to the sporting culture of a municipality. In the beginning of September we have the Unity cycling race, and all the people flood to Sigulda, all wearing the attire and bringing their bicycles, and different sports apparel shops are selling more of the products. So basically that's a good opportunity for people to get their bicycle out and just join the race, or drive or ride together without competing. So we have a population of roughly 18,000 plus. We're a small municipality in that sense. So we have 36 different bodies or organizations promoting sports disciplines. We have various groups, organizations, youth academies, different associations, and I tried to examine, altogether we have 37 different disciplines being promoted in our city, and there are also some events that are held on one-off basis, and there are new sports also developing every year with very interesting new names, and they also have bodies supporting and promoting them. As I already mentioned, the events are a very good way to promote different sports. We have 250 different events held in Sigulda on an annual basis, targeting different social groups. We have different events organized by the sports department of the municipality, different events organized by the non-governmental organizations, with and without the municipal financial support and organizing sport, depending on how much money we've available in our budget for various sports events. And we've talked previously about the governance. We have very precise procedures for the application for funding, and everything is possible if you do that early enough in Sigulda. You have to submit your applications by October 15 if you want to get the funding for the next year, because we are planning our budget well in advance, and then by 15th of October we have all the budget lines approved or discussed. So we are very actively organizing different sports events, also at the school level. Our local schools, they collaborate in organizing different competitions, marathons, and so on and so forth. And schools from neighboring municipalities also join those sports events. And we fund different events. We support different organizations that are holding events, and different events of a different level, from the World Championships to local competitions. And World Championships is not grassroots sport on one hand, but on the other hand it contributes to the sporting culture, promotes the sporting culture, makes people wonder whether they might engage in different sports. They get the inspiration from those role models, from the pros, and they start considering probably getting engaged in one or another sports discipline, and in a way those World Championships promote also grassroots initiatives as well. So here I've listed, different events that are grassroots initiatives: cycling, skiing, orienteering, and different things. What concerns sports department, we've slightly changed our sort of concept for sports events. We've shifted our focus to promoting active lifestyle and active recreation. So most of our departments have organized most of the events organized by our department are free of charge, and the popularity is rising. So we have different skiing, pole walking or Nordic walking events, across country downhill skiing. We are taking part in International Snow Day, and we take part in the International Sports Week and Health Week, European Health Week, and so on and so forth. And on top of that, in terms of health promotion and active lifestyle promotion, we have health and sports weeks twice a year, once in spring, once in autumn. We just recently had the spring one, and during those health and sports weeks, we collaborate with our sports organizations. We ask them to organize different activities. We don't pay them anything, they must come up with those initiatives themselves. We, support them in organizing terms, but that's a good opportunity for those, federations or, well, for those sporting organizations to promote themselves. They take part in these weeks, thematic weeks, and they don't get any funding, but they get an opportunity to promote themselves, to basically show themselves, to get out their offices, and to be visible and attract people to the sporting activities that they are supporting. On top of those thematic weeks, we also have different lectures on healthy and active lifestyle. We have master classes. We have had master classes on healthy nutrition in particular. Health Day, well, that's, mainly to provide people access to specialist care. That's one-day event, and different children and youth sports activities. This is, just a program of our Sports and Health Week. It will be difficult to read the small font or the small characters from the back, but, just to give you an impression of the multitude of the activities that we're offering in scope of those thematic weeks. Quite an extensive program, by the way, gaining in popularity as well, as I already mentioned. So the next is scheduled for the autumn, or will take place in autumn. Some of the photos from one of the Health and Sports Week activities. You have Zumba and TRX and all sorts of things, and you have organizations promoting themselves and the sports discipline they are representing, to reach out to broader masses. So, as has been mentioned already, like Riga and other municipalities, we have those events. So in this regard, we're not different. We have these lectures once a week, lectures, or training. We have running, walking and pole walking, general physical condition training, and Qigong as well. So we tested it this year. We see that next year we'll have to expand this training program. Initially, we just wanted to get the people out of their house, the people who are, inactive, who are, lazy, don't have enough money to get engaged in sporting activities, or have been ashamed of getting into collective exercising. And we've, really gotten them out of their houses, and we've also gotten more than we expected. We also have people who already have some sort of condition that from which we can build, up. We have the novice or the rookie training, and then we also have the advanced training for those who are already in better physical shape or physical condition. And another benefit of this training is we have 2 times a month, every month throughout the year, special training for people with physical disabilities. One of these training courses is financed by the municipality. Another training, one of these 2 training sessions a month is paid by the organizations, sports organizations. Here's some pictures from, actual exercise. This is the pole walking or the Nordic walking session. People were very happy. The weather was good. This is, just a physical exercising session. Some images from there. Now, concerns promotion in particular, as I've already mentioned, social networks is a good enabler, so to say. We can spread the information very efficiently, the information that is provided by our cooperation partners, so that's a great support for the municipality. We also have our own webpage and our newspaper, municipal newspaper, but social networks are really good in spreading information. Some popular sportsmen, star sportsmen come from Sigulda, and we also invite them to take part in promoting various sports to attract in particular youth and children. Our bobsledding and our skeleton team athletes are very popular. Sometimes I feel sorry for them, for really abusing them as promoters, but that's the way it goes. And then we also print different billboards and leaflets and info pages. They are losing their popularity to the social networks, but we still have them. But social networks and municipal web pages really taking over sort of the information space. So we have to revisit the need to print those billboards, because they sort of eat up a lot of money. We could probably divert those funds into funding different events. But there are events which still need billboards and printed information. So that's, our experience of coming from a smaller municipality, within 5 minutes. Now I'd like to turn the floor to our Czech guest, the Youth Development Manager of the Czech Handball Federation, Madam Petra Vozobulova. Please, the floor is yours.
I will speak a little bit English, sorry for that. But yeah, I'm not used to speak in front of such a huge audience, so sorry that I'm a little bit nervous. I have to take a big breath and start. Because my English is not my maternal language as well, I have to read a little bit, so sorry for that as well. So I was asked to present a few examples of promotion of sport activity or sport promotion in Czech Republic. Firstly, I choose 2 examples from our national organization as Czech Olympic Committee and Czech Union of Sport. I did choose promotion. I didn't choose the promotion of big events because, it's quite easy to promote some big, even just big highlights and headlines in everywhere. But I choose 2 projects which are example of long-term promotion of sports activity in Czech Republic. So first of the project it's called Sport v okolí. In English it's sport in your neighborhood. The project is of Czech Olympic Committee and Sazka, it's a lottery company in Czech Republic. And they made together a database of places where you can come and join a sport activity. There's a database of clubs where you can come and start to make handball, for example, or the other activity what you choose. Or it's also database of just places where you can come on particular date or particular time and just join some sport activity outside just for fun. Not regularly, not every day, not all the time, just for fun, just for this time. I think that is a very nice project. It's very nice websites where you can find all these. The second project is from Czech Union of Sport. It's called Sport with Us. And it's also the website where you can find events according to place or according to date when you would like to join some sport activity, like a spectator or like an athlete. So you can find the perfect even just for you on your town and in your date what you want to join. All these events in these maps or in the calendar is supported by this union, not just in promotion stuff, but also with money. And if you choose the event on this website, you have to be sure that it will be great sport experience, because Czech Union of Sport guarantee that it will be very good event and very good organized on high level event. So it's the second project of promotion, the sport events or sport activity in your leisure time as well. And I would like to also a little bit of promotion of project of Czech Handball Federation. The first one is the regional handball centers, which we established 2 years ago. This is a project with clubs with the status are professional handball centers, making support for small clubs in region as well. They help them to develop handball, they help them to promote sport activities, they help them with cooperation with schools, which we think that it's very important involving children to the sports activity, but also help them with coaches' education, which are very important as well as teachers' education. And these projects are for us very important because every region is different, you know. It's specific with specific problems and specific needs. And our cooperation with local clubs and local professionals are very important and bring us some chance to help promote the sports activity in the local right way of promotion, I think. And last but not least, our project Handball for All. How I mentioned before, school is very important for promotion the sports. The most important for us and for our future, I think, as well, is to involve children to regular sport activity. To make it not every day, but to be common to go outside and to want to make some sports activity to be healthy, nice, and to have good life. And I think that the best place for it is school. So we prepare projects for school and clubs as well, and cooperation with them. And because we think that the cooperation between these two subjects brings benefits, not just for these two subjects, but for children as well. We try to help teachers to promote sports activity like fun for everyone. We use mini handball because we are a handball federation, so we try to present them that mini handball is easy and mini handball is fun. That if you try it, you can play it like this. It's not, you don't want to be afraid of it, and you can start really now and quite easy. And this project including teachers' education, how to make it, of course, including school leagues, some events for schools. They play match against the other school, and they make some other sports activity, not just mini handball. And it includes also the promotion of the projects and promotion of children's activity on the website. They can share their experience, their emotions with their friends and families. And we have big feedback for it, that it's really important for them to show what they are doing, and it's also very good to bring friends to do it as well with them together. And I have one more thing before this. We start now, our federation start now new projects in marketing and promotion. And because now it's, you know, that it's viral time, you have to have good videos and stuff like this. So we start prepare cooperation with bloggers and video bloggers, cross bloggers, because they are now the role models for the children. It's pity that it's not Lionel Messi or Filip Icha in handball, but it's these people who are shared their emotions on social networks and YouTube channels, etc., etc. So we start to prepare the project with them. So maybe it's some good small ideas for you as well. And thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me.
Thank you, Petra. Un tagad došu vārdu 2015. gada.
And now I give floor to the teacher of the year of the 2015. Namely, I'm giving floor now to Natalia Gorshkova from Jelgava 4th Secondary School. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great pleasure for me to participate in this symposium. I come from Jelgava city. And currently it is regarded as the capital of the youth. It develops quite rapidly. It also has quite developed grassroots sports at schools. And I'm pleased to let you know that in 1 month I will once again visit Liepāja city together with young basketball players from our school. They will meet with the star basketball player Kristaps Porziņģis, who is a role model and a great motivator for the young generation. And they all want to become excellent athletes. They take basketballs with them to school. They perfect their dribbling technique, and I think that this will motivate them even more. Of course, we all want our children to be healthy, we want them to be physically active, and we want them to engage in sports activities, but of course it should be balanced with their physical condition and medical considerations. And we, the sports teachers, are the ones who motivate them, who try to convince them that about the benefits of an active lifestyle. And of course, children spend a great part of a day in school, and of course not all of them are involved in extracurricular physical activities, and therefore we have to provide them with at least minimum physical activity. And to do so, we apply a variety of tools. First of all, I think that we should have more physical education classes at school, and because but on the other hand, we have to motivate children, because also the teachers, their workload is quite high, and of course the quality suffers from this. Likewise, it's very important to participate in various competitions, in various campaigns. Also, during the recesses, children should be motivated to move around instead of just sitting somewhere in the corner. And we are happy to have the Zemgale Region Olympic Center in our city, which is quite close to the school I work for. And it is quite popular among children. Children go and play dodgeball, floorball, etc. And also the morning workout is something that should be promoted. And this can be done in all seasons. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, before classes, we do this morning workout. And children are quite happy to participate. Likewise, we organize health weeks, we organize health days, and the Olympic Day. And so far, this has been an unofficial participation in the Health Week. But this year, we have applied for official participation. And we are working on banners and posters for the event. The information has been posted on Facebook, on Twitter, on the website of our school. And we look forward to be a part of this event. And on Monday, we are planning to have a jogging day when all school children, together with the teachers, will run or jog for half an hour. They are happy to use the Endomondo application. They compete for the best lap time, etc. So they are quite enthusiastic about having more and more kilometers below their as experience points for them. Some of them will participate in orienteering, some of them in team games. And we will also invite children from the nearby kindergarten, so even preschool children will participate. Also, traditionally, we hold the Olympic Day at our school already for 5 years in a row. This started with the opening of the Olympic Center in our city. And during these days, we exercise. And beforehand, we hold various rehearsals, and we learn the gymnastic routines, etc. We also hold the so-called dynamic pauses, which means that during recesses between classes, children may go to the gym and then play dodgeball instead of just hanging around. And they are quite organized at it. They do various other activities. They may play basketball or use other equipment. They use the Swedish wall. And we are thankful to have appropriate infrastructure at our school. And we also participate in nationwide various competitions, which allow us to win some additional sports equipment. Also, during winter time, we go outside a lot. We also have outdoors BMX racing track, which is also used for other purposes as well. So as I already mentioned, we participate also in nationwide or regional projects. And we compete for the title of the most active class. And children are very keen on such projects, which motivate them to participate in various physical activities. And usually this is not about the school team, but it is a competition between classes. So this really motivates them, and children are very active during these competitions because they enjoy being in the spotlight. Also, those in the audience are cheering quite actively. And we start from the first grade, so even the first graders are able to participate. And also we participate in city level projects, which are organized in close cooperation with the municipality. And currently we are preparing for a project dedicated to healthy lifestyle. And under this project, throughout summer, a variety of activities are offered for school children and other residents of Jelgava city. And I am one of the coaches of the jogging team. And we also try to involve parents as much as possible. And also, we try to combine sporting activities with different social causes, some of them dedicated to the diversity and also to draw attention to people with special needs who need additional incentives for social inclusion. And we are very happy to participate in such campaigns as well. We also participate in the campaign Fortum Energy Donors, where donations are made based on children's physical performance. And a special application can be downloaded and used under this project. So for each kilometer they have run, a donation is made for each kilometer for charity. Also, we have a campaign which is titled Run for Peace. And we also try to educate children about healthy lifestyle in general and how important it is to maintain good condition of health and how to maintain active lifestyle. Also, there is a movement in support of the NBA star Kristaps Porzingis, which is also an interesting part of our activities. We also participate in various activities organized by other municipalities as guests. Likewise, we also host different events where we invite teams from other schools and other municipalities, which include basketball tournaments, volleyball tournaments, and also CrossFit. And of course, it's very good that we sometimes may invite some sports stars to endorse our activities. And of course, they also act as role models for the young athletes. So that would be an overview from me. Thank you very much. Thank you, Natalia. It seems like your school programs are only dedicated to sports. Yes, but do you have some brief comments from the audience or otherwise? Unfortunately, it cannot be translated because there was no microphone. We cannot hear it. Yes, talking about including the third physical activity class in our curricula is quite important, and this additional class could be dedicated to various general physical activities and to work on flexibility, stretching, keeping balance. And I would support the idea to hold the third physical activity class a week outside, because I think it's very important for children to engage in physical activities in fresh air rather than in premises. Thank you. Any other comments from the panelists? Yes, when I look at Natalia, I actually remember my own physical activity teachers, and I remember that actually it's very important to have such enthusiastic teachers who inspire and motivate children to engage in physical activities. And I think we have many similar positive examples across Latvia where teachers do their best to keep children interested in sports activities, to go outside as much as possible, even during winter time, to have a run outside somewhere in forested areas, or to do skiing, cross-country, or otherwise. And this is something that really contributes to children having not only fun, but also practicing healthy lifestyle since early childhood. This is something that we should continue also in the future. And also what Petra said, somehow it seems like handball is not the most popular sport in Latvia. Nevertheless, we have also a handball federation in Latvia, and we also organize beach handball, mini handball, specifically for children. This is another example of very positive developments in this grassroots sports. And this is a great way of teaching children to stand up for themselves, to fight for themselves, to fight for victory. So thank you very much, all of the speakers of this panel.
Paldies. Jā, lūdzu, īsi jautājumu, lūdzu.
Thank you. We can take a short question as well. Dear colleagues, I apologize for taking the floor again, but I have to ask the question to Petra. We have to use the opportunity of having Petra coming from another country here to share her experience. We'd like to thank the other speakers as well. You know, it was great to hear that, you know, a lot is being done, and there are many great examples from Latvia, and is a wide variety of things that you can get engaged with. So we're talking about the promotion of the grassroots sports, and Petra gave us two wonderful examples of web pages that allow you to follow, you know, keep yourself up to date on what is happening and where it is happening. And there are organizations in Latvia that can also that have also implemented similar platforms, web platforms already, but there are different reasons why they are not working. Petra, could you just shortly, you know, explain to us how did you promote the platform, the web page itself? Because web page, of course, contains a lot of useful information to get people involved. But how do people find out about those platforms? How do they find out about those web pages? And the second question is, have you been able to make, you know, commercial profit out of those web pages, raise some money through those web pages to get invested into promotion of sports? Thank you.
Questions. Thank you for that. How we promote this website? These websites are everywhere. They are on Facebook. They are on websites of each sport federation and organization. And if you go outside, just because you go through the city and there is some sport events, you will see these websites and the sign of them. So it's first part. Second part is social networks. I know that children today, almost all of them are on social networks, so lots of videos, and because these two web pages are supported by Czech famous athletes and Olympians. So these athletes makes videos and share it on the social networks. And in these videos, they are supported these websites and invite people to the events and invite children to go outside and just make sport for fun. So we are using as well as social networks and of course YouTube channel. It's also good for these promotion things. And maybe I forgot the second question. Sorry. Yeah, commercialization. It's very hard. As you see in my presentation, there was a lot of support of these websites. So we have to find money, or not me, but Czech Olympic Committee and Czech Union of Sport have to find money everywhere, especially in commercial companies who has to support these websites. Of course, a little bit starts to sponsorship of these websites, how people find out these websites and start to go to these websites, like visitors, visit this website. It starts to promote some small advertisement, or how to say advertisement, but it's quite small. The committee and the Czech Union of Sport have to find money from in commercial or in companies in Czech Republic. So it's hard to make some money for it. It's not so possible. It's very hard, but every one of us make the best for it. So it will. We hope that it will work to promote sport activities and to take people, not just children, but all people outside and make some healthy lifestyle of sports activities.
How big is maintenance cost for a year?
Don't know, sorry.
Labi, vēl kādi jautājumi?
Do we have any other questions from the floor? It seems that we've run out of questions. Would anyone like to add their comments regarding what was mentioned in the presentation? It seems that we're done with this session. This pretty much concludes the third session. And can we continue with the fourth session? Everyone's ready? No one objects? Thank you.